Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
The Indonesian government
Supporters of senatorial aspirants and party list groups showed up as their bets filed candidacy papers for the 2025 midterm elections. Senator Grace Poe accompanied her son Brian Polia Manzares, who serves as first nominee of FPJ Panday Bayanihan party list, named after the late Fernando Poe Jr.
FPJ dito sa partido namin stands for Food, Progress at Justice. Yung unang legislative agenda namin ay syempre yung mga naging legislative agenda ng aking ina. May mga naging batas na tulad ng National Feeding Program na kailangan pa natin amendahan para lahat ng mga kabataan sa grade school hanggang high school magkaroon po ng sapat na pagkain sa kanilang eskwelahan.
Allies of former President Duterte have also filed their COCs to run for the Senate. Re-election is Senators Bongo and Ronald De La Rosa and actor Philip Salvador, who are all running under PDP. Salvador says he will push for improvements in the government's drug rehabilitation program.
Ako po'y naniniwala doon sa ginawa niya kasi nakabuti dito sa atin. Pero ngayon po, ang sa akin naman, bigyan din natin ng pag-asang ma-rehab yung mga addicts. Kasi po, maski na mga addicts yan, meron pa rin pamilyang nagmamahal sa kanila.
Despite issues hounding the Dutertes, De La Rosa believes he will make it to the winning circle, dismissing the investigations of the House Quad Committee and the International Criminal Court on the drug war.
Alam naman natin yung what's behind all these investigations. They form part of a grand demolition job against us, the Duterte and the allies of Duterte. So, I leave it up to the people. The people know very well what is the real score.
De La Rosa said his office has ignored communication from what appeared to be the ICC.
Merong nag-contact sa opisina, pero in-ignore man namin, hindi namin kinausap. Hindi namin pinatulan, baka mamaya mga lang yun ng mga tao na sumasakay sa isyu, naggawa ng pangalan na kunyari European daw sila na gustong mag-interview sa akin.
Senator Go believes in the strength of the endorsement of the Dutertes as he seeks a second term. Asked about the political plans of former President Duterte, Go said the family has not yet made its decision known.
Yan po ang tinatawag na wait and see tayong lahat until the last day of filing until October 8.
Meanwhile, the wife of Dr. Willie Ong Liza filed his COC on his behalf as her husband is being treated in Singapore for cancer.
Ipaglalaban niya yung kanyang desisyon or dream na tumakbo bilang Senate. But this is going to be a faith-based campaign. Faith that people will understand, faith that God will give him enough time to finish this, and faith that enough people will like him enough and support him enough.
Among the groups vying for party list seats include the BHW or Barangayan Health Wellness Party List, led by Congresswoman Angelica Natasha Co and Dr. Mingi Padilla, Health Workers Party List, and Ahon Mahirap.
Former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV filed his certificate of candidacy for mayor of Caloocan City on Thursday. His running mate is former Councilor PJ Malonzo. According to Trillanes, he was born and raised in Barangay 169 in North Caloocan and is ready to serve the people of the city. Trillanes said his track record in fighting corruption would be his advantage over his rival, incumbent Mayor Along Malapitan.
The coming months will be very intense as we try to dismantle a corrupt political dynasty who is determined to hold on to Caloocan.
Trillanes said he had faced more difficult challenges before, citing his election victory in 2007 while in detention.
We hope to reignite that same enthusiasm and excitement dito po sa aming kampanya.
Trillanes promised to make Caloocan one of the most business-friendly cities to encourage businessmen to invest and create more jobs. In Manila, Mayor Hani Lacuna together with Vice Mayor Yul Servo filed their certificates of candidacy at the COMELEC satellite office, both seeking re-election in the upcoming midterm elections. Lacuna expressed their intention to continue the programs and services initiated during their first term. She also highlighted the importance of having an ally from the same party to ensure alignment in vision and mission. When asked to respond to reports of former Manila Mayor Isko Moreno potentially running again,
siyempre po, iniisip ko muna ano ho mga kadahilanan kung bakit po siya babalik. Dahil bago ho siya umalis ng Maynila ay napakaklaro po sa amin na hindi na po siya tatakbo pang muli. I wish him well. Good luck po sa kanya kung itutuloy niya po ang pagtakbo niya bilang alkalde.
Moreno for his part leaves it up to Manileños to decide who will lead them. He also claims he is in good terms with Lacuna.
Peace be with you. Hayaan ko na lang ang taong bayan sa Maynila ang sumagot. Kami sa grupo namin, ipepresenta lang namin yung mga nagawa natin at pwede pang gawin.
Despite this, Lacuna remains confident about winning the elections and said that she will choose to avoid mudslinging. In Malabon City, incumbent Mayor Jeannie Sandoval is seeking re-election. She filed her COC Thursday afternoon with her running mate, Councilor Edward Nolasco from the city's 2nd District. In Taguig City, former Mayor Lino Cayetano is aiming for a political comeback as Taguig 1st District Representative. He was joined by his family, including volleyball player Phil Kainglet Cayetano. Cayetano said he is fully endorsing Taguig Mayor Lani Cayetano, who is reportedly eyeing re-election. Meanwhile, incumbent Makati Vice Mayor Monique Lagdameo is aiming to represent Makati's 1st District. Also from Makati, Councilor Dennis Almario files his COC for representative of the city's 2nd District. In Batangas Province, veteran actress turned politician Vilma Santos Recto filed her certificate of candidacy for governor. She was joined by her children, Luis Manzano, who is running for vice governor, and Ryan Christian, who aims to be the representative of 6th District.
Kung kami po'y papalarin, nandito po kami at handang magbigay po ng serbisyo kasi lumaki ang dalawang ito na pareho na ho kaming nagsisilbi ni Secretary Ralph Recto.
In some aspects, yes, of course I am inexperienced. In some aspects, my parents were kind enough to bring me along ever since I was a kid. Not only during elections, but having them come to the office and seeing what they're doing, seeing how it affects people. So to be honest, I would say I learned a lot from that.
Oil firms have started selling diesel with 3% cocoa methyl ester or B3 in the pumps as mandated by the government. But many motorists do not know about the program and the cost it entails to produce cleaner fuel.
Okay naman sir, maganda naman yung ganun. At least kahit medyo nagmahal tayo na ngayon, may dagdag na may dagdag doon sa benepisyo. Mataas na ho yung sobra. Mataas na ho. Dahil kakarga ko ng 500 piso sa 60 cents. Ilang litro ho din, malayo na rin maabot no.
While some gas stations have started offering B3, none has implemented the price adjustment due to the more expensive biodiesel. Oil companies have estimated the price impact to be around 60 to 70 centavos per liter, but the Energy Department says it should be only around 30 to 40 centavos per liter.
Same price, same product. Lahat ng proseso parehas. Hindi na nila in-implement yung additional cost.
Some companies may implement the price hike in 2 weeks, but this will depend on competition on the ground level.
Kung sabihin natin doon sa isang area, talagang kaya po ng mga competitors na or mga players na hindi na ipatong yan, wala pong magagawa rin po kami. No? Talagang kailangan ho namin sumabay para po ma-maintain po namin yung customers natin.
But independent player Clean Fuel is worried that mandating a higher biodiesel blend will further push diesel prices up in the future.
Ang kinakatakot natin mangyari is it will replicate what happened dun sa when ethanol was mandated na ihalo sa fuel. It brought the price of ethanol, local ethanol up. Nag-increase yung presyo ng local ethanol. Ganun din, I hope hindi mangyari.
Meanwhile, another price hike looms for diesel next week. Based on the first 3 trading days in the mean of Platts, Singapore, imported diesel is already up by nearly 30 centavos per liter due to tensions in the Middle East. Gasoline and kerosene prices are still lower than last week's, which means a rollback is possible for these products.
Average ng diesel nasa mga 40 to 60 po ang possible increase, no. Sa gasolina po, kung ito ng 3 araw pong babasihan, medyo maganda pa po yung balita kasi nasa mga 75 to 85 po ang possible rollback.
Diesel and gasoline retail prices in the Philippines have risen by more than 1 peso per liter after 2 straight weeks of oil price hikes.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right, for about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now.
Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. Again, 800-555-1212. Don't wait. Call us right now.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is the perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash-out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash-out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of this show. Today, I have a very interesting, exciting, and very pretty young guest. And believe it or not, she is a young, very young entrepreneur who owns a newly opened bakery named Lasa in Carol Stream. And her name is May Wee, right? Did I say it right? Yes. W-E-E. Okay, May, welcome to our show. I'm so honored that you are gracing our show today. And May came from the family of restaurateurs, and it's been a history, a family, beautiful family history. And let's hear from May. And welcome to our show, May. And first thing, congratulations on your newly opened bakery. It's a beautiful shop. Oh my God, it's so daintily decorated. Welcome to our show, May. Okay, can you please tell our viewing audience first about your background and your family's res restaurant history?
Yes, thank you. So starting from my grandfather, we've owned Filipino and Chinese restaurants. So this was in Binondo in Manila. So my grandfather owned Pinpin restaurant there for at least 30 years, starting from the 50s, I think, up to the mid 80s. And after that, my aunt opened up the original Hongning restaurant here in Glendale Heights. And that was in the mid 90s, and we took over in the early 2000s. We've been in Illinois since. She has actually opened up Pinpin restaurant in Vancouver, which is one of the largest Filipino restaurants there. And we've continued on with Hongning restaurant here. And just this month, we opened up Lasa Bakery.
And okay, please tell us about your educational culinary background.
I am a culinary school graduate that long time ago, and somewhere in the early 2000s, and recently 2 years ago, I actually went home to the Philippines to kind of apprentice under a few well-known bakers there. And that's where with a focus on like traditional, like panaderia style baking.
All right. Okay. With your newly opened bakery or bake shop in Carroll Stream, the name is Lasa Cafe, right? Lasa Cafe.
Filipino.
And okay, can you please? I've tasted some of your products, and oh my God, they are so heavenly. That's how I can just describe those some of your goodies that I've tasted so far. Okay, please tell us the various products that you're making in the cafe.
Our specialty, we have two specialties. One is pandesal, so we have several spins on it. We have the traditional, we have malunggay pandesal, so that one contains malunggay powder and malunggay leaves that we import from the Philippines. And we also have ube pandesal, which we do two ways, either just ube flavored on its own or with ube halaya and cheese inside. And we also have asado roll and corned beef roll, all made from the same based pandesal dough. And then our other specialty is bibingka or bibinkanitan. So we have it two ways, either through the traditional, which is the large bibinkang galapong cooked on banana leaves, and also the bibinkanitan, which is more of like bibingka cupcakes, which I think is great for parties or if you want to be able to sample different flavors of it. So that one is available in a variety of flavors. And we also have additional flavors on the weekend, but it's ube, pandan, makapuno. We have a champurrado flavor, a turon flavor of bibingka, as well as mocha. We've done mango, and we're going to roll out a few more.
All right, very good. So your customers can be rest assured that your goodies are all freshly made every day and made by batches.
Yes, one thing I do focus on is, is we only make what we sell for the day. I don't keep anything overnight. I don't add any preservatives either to extend the shelf life of the product. So everything is natural, almost as you would probably get it if you were buying some of these items from a panaderia in the Philippines or street food if you were to purchase bibingka. everything is cooked that day. We baked throughout the day constantly because we do small batches, particularly because I find that the dough, especially for bibingka and even for pandesal, that when you make small batches, just the quality is a little bit better and more consistent overall.
May, what is your mission in doing this at such a young age?
Thank you for calling me young. I don't think I'm that young, but
You're young. Okay.
but uh one thing we found, and even with all the restaurants my family has had, is part of the focus is providing a space that's pleasant for people to gather. So I think in terms of the decor of the space, I try to keep it as, like, I call it like Filipiniana cozy, where I have darker walls, but I do have traditional display. And part of these is actually, there's an original Malang print, who's a national artist in the Philippines, and then also another original like painting from a Filipino artist that went to high school with my mom. So we try to keep things very Filipino, so that, you can come here and sort of take pride in what you see. We have a lot of Capiz art as well. And then I have the traditional shell kind of like drop chandelier that I have in the corner. And of course, as much plants as I can fit. But also, I do want people to come here, have a bite to eat, have a cup of something hot to drink, and just sort of enjoy the space, but also, for the quality of the things to be good enough that you would want to share it at a party, you would want to share it at a gathering. So extending the gathering here at the space and also get the gathering at home.
Who decorated your little cafe, cozy cafe?
I did. I actually hung
You
everything.
did? Oh, all right.
If you were to take anything off, you'll see several nail holes of where I kept repositioning everything.
Wow.
Until I got it the way I wanted.
Great, terrific. Okay. Actually, the cafe, the Lasa Cafe is really connected next door to your mom's or your parents' restaurant, right?
We are right next door. Maybe in the future we might break a wall and kind of connect it so you can walk through between one and the other. But in the meantime, we are right next door, so it's a short walk.
Are there any plans for an expansion one of these days in the future?
I think right now I would really like to just sort of focus on the bakery so that there's a lot of consistency in the quality, and I want to see how I can expand this menu. But definitely, my parents and I have talked about trying to do a hybrid between Hongning and this bakery, and maybe setting up something that's closer to downtown Chicago, because we are quite a drive away, but and we've had a lot of people request, can you please open something closer? So not quite fully like on paper, but it is something that we are talking about.
You just opened a couple of weeks ago. And how are you doing so far?
I am finally getting a day off here and there. It's been really good. I've learned a lot in this process. I've already had experience with Hongning, but kind of having this bakery, and it's slightly different schedule and different process than the restaurant. So I think I'm lucky that I have the experience in terms of the hospitality business, but definitely a bakery, when you're working with dough, is so much preparation that was something that I am adjusting to. But I think my staff is wonderful, and we're really getting into a good rhythm.
Isn't it kind of tiring for you?
It is very tiring. Anytime you work, I think, with dough, and if you're involved with it personally, it's a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding work. I think I enjoy it. It's a slightly meditative once you get into the rhythm. Sometimes I have two additional bakers in the back that help me, and sometimes we're chatting and sometimes we get in a rhythm, and it's like 30 minutes, an hour pass by, and we haven't even said anything. We're just trying to crank out as much bread as we can.
All right. Very good. Okay. One last word for our viewing audience who might be interested in visiting you in your cafe.
Well, please come and visit. If we are right adjacent to Hongning Restaurant, so I encourage you to visit that as well. We were so lucky and thankful to everybody else that has come by, like the month of September. We got a lot of people who, one of somebody comes in and they order food while the other party is, at Hongning Restaurant, either dining or waiting for a table, and it's been great. But I do encourage everybody to come. We are in a plaza that is Asian owned, and all the business in this plaza is also all Asian businesses. So apart from us, there is an Asian owned pharmacy, there's another Chinese restaurant, and there will be a Korean like snack grocery mart next door as well. So it's exciting to kind of be in a space that's full of like Asian Americans and just fully Asian American space.
Great. Terrific. All right. Well, Miss May Wee, a young entrepreneur who owns the Lasa Cafe. Lasa, right? Lasa. All right, Lasa Cafe in what Carol Stream. In Carol Stream. It's okay. Many kababayans live in Carol Stream and the surrounding areas. All right, very good. Okay, May, I thank you for gracing our show today and inviting us to visit you at your newly opened cafe, Lasa Cafe. All right, let's visit May at the Lasa Cafe. She's always there, giving us a nice smile that you're seeing here on our frame. All right, bye. Okay, maraming salamat. You speak Tagalog?
A little bit, yes. Yes,
Okay,
Bob.
maraming salamat, May. At maraming salamat din po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, May.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting, interesting, and impressive guest here today. I'm really very impressed. And his name is Dr. Alphonsus Obayawana. Oh my God. Dr. Bayawana, I can just call you Dr. O in short. And welcome to our show, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And just to introduce Dr. O, he is a physician, a scientist, a happiness coach, and everything else. This person has such a long line of impressive bio, and he's also the author of the personal wow, index happiness or happiness, personal happiness index. All right. Okay. Doctor, welcome to our show. And you're here today for this special interview about your book and about your knowledge and idea about what we call happiness, all right, which many people don't have. And okay, so what is this personal happiness index that you wrote about?
Okay. The name of my book is The Happiness Formula.
Oh, happiness formula.
That is the name of the book.
Okay.
And the reason why I wrote the book, there are 4 reasons why I wrote the book. Number 1 is to share with everybody the chance discovery that I made of a very simple formula that makes it possible for us to measure happiness in anybody, in a peasant or a millionaire, objectively and subjectively, simultaneously. That's number 1. Number 2, I wanted to introduce a 12-item questionnaire called the Edo questionnaire, also known as Personal Instant Self-Assessment, PISA scale, for finding out and identifying who is flourishing or languishing, happy or unhappy, very happy or very unhappy. For the first time, this is the first time we have a scale that can interconnectically and trans-ethnically and culturally assess and quantify human hope. And I also, in the book, wanted to offer a simple daily routine for maintaining your flourishing life. And that is why the book is written. And the book, Veronica, is called The Happiness Index. And the book is called The Happiness Formula. And in it is the happiness index that we use to quantify happiness. Thank you so much.
So, doctor, okay, how were you able to measure the formula that you're talking about?
Okay. I have been in this research for a long time. In 1980, in fact, 1979, I got a US national grant to develop a way to measure human hope. Because people who don't have hope are those that take their own lives. If we could find how to measure hope, then we can identify people who are losing hope, so attention can be paid to them early enough before they start thinking of suicide. So that instrument was very successful. It was used by quite a few Fortune 500 companies like Coca-Cola and General Motors. The US Veterans Administration use it, and academic institutions were using it all over. And the other research that I did was, because hope is defined as the feeling and belief that your desire will be achieved, I was wondering then, where do desires come from? Where do our desires come from? If hope is the feeling and belief that our desires will be achieved, how do our desires arise? And I found that out. And so I had the 5 sources of human hope and how to measure hope. I have the 5 sources of human hunger. Hunger now is not just hunger for food alone. It's any compelling desire is a hunger. So I found out 5 inborn human hungers. And as I was looking at that, both of them together, and what makes us happy, then I discover a very simple formula that says hope over hunger equals happiness. Which means if your hope is high and your hunger is low, you will be happy. And in contrast, if you have overwhelming hunger and your hope is low, you will be unhappy. So that is how I found that formula. And therefore now, anybody can calculate their own happiness index by scoring their hope and scoring their hunger. You divide your hope score by your hunger score, you have your personal happiness index. Mine, for full disclosure, is 2.931. I'm in a very happy category, but I am not flourishing yet. I'm working on that. To flourish, you have to have a score of 4 or above. To be very happy, you have to have a score of 2 or above, where I am. Now, if you are unhappy, your score will be below 1.0. That's unhappy. So this is how it is. Now, clinicians, happiness coaches can now determine the happiness of anybody. And if they improve, their score will go up too. And you can see that. So this is what this is about.
All right. How long did it take you to finish this research? And
as you know, I told you that I got the first grant in 1980.
Since 1980, you started?
Yes, in fact, 79. Yeah. And so it took me 3 decades.
A long time.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it that you mentioned that the United States has the lowest happiness score so far?
It's not the lowest. It is getting lower and lower.
Going lower and lower, not lowest yet.
No. The lowest, the unhappiest country in the world, according to the World Happiness Report, is Afghanistan.
Afghanistan?
Yes, the happiest country in the world, according to the World Happiness Report, is Finland, followed by Denmark, then followed by Iceland. Okay, and so US used to be in the first 20 happiest country in the world, and it's no longer there now. It's
no
below
longer.
that.
How about the Philippines, my country?
The Philippines, I will have to check to see. Yes.
Oh, we are happy people.
Oh,
we are always happy people.
definitely.
Should be one of the top 10.
Well, but the happiness report, World Happiness Report, they are not doing it right. So there are some problems with the way they are calculating it. I will hope they will use the PISA scale, the Edo questionnaire, in finding out the happiest country in the world. They are not doing it right at all. Because Finland, that is supposed to be a happiest country in the world, also have a high incidence of suicide. How can you be the happiest country in the world and have a high incidence of suicide?
If you're happy, you don't have, you should not have suicide.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So there is a problem there. There is a problem. In
Happiness
fact,
is for mental.
Exactly.
Mental should come from the mind.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So, do you think how thick is your book? How many pages?
Well, my book is I try to write a book that will contain good information for people and not voluminous. So it's under 200 pages.
Very thick.
Yes. It's under 200 pages. Actually, with index and everything, it's 215 pages.
Wow. Do you think one of these days our schools will carry a subject on happiness and have reference to your books?
Well, I would hope, really, that in all schools and colleges, that the officer, the student officer, would develop and have a happiness score of all students so that they know who is below 1.0. If you are below 1.0, you are unhappy. And unhappiness should not be ignored for too long. If unhappiness lasts for 6 weeks or more, your body is telling you all is not right. And something should be done about it. Remember now, there are many crimes, suicide, homicide, substance abuse that start because of unhappiness. Unhappiness in one form or another, ignored, can lead to homicide, suicide, substance abuse, and many other ills in the community.
Okay,
so
as an individual.
It is good to know that your happiness index is above 1.0.
Okay, for you, for individuals like us, you and I, how do we know, or how can we measure our own happiness? And how do we know if we are really happy or not?
Well, that is what this book is about, Veronica. In this book, you know, I teach, I give workshop on happiness on university campus before COVID-19. I used to give happiness workshops. But now, that's why I wrote the book. Everything is in the book. How to measure it is in the book. How you measure your happiness index is in the book. And how to find out your calling, what your calling is, your mission in your life is in the book. So this book is, there are many books on happiness, but according to many of the reviewers, this is a book that you should have if you are a happiness seeker. The happiness formula. Yes.
Great. Dr. O, Where can we pick up your book?
It's on Amazon. It's on Books A Million. It's on Barnes and Nobles. And you can read the reviews there. I'm very proud of the book, and it took me many years to write it. And,
wow. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I wish you good luck, more good luck for what you're doing. And of course, I thank you for gracing our show today. I'm really honored. Thank you for gracing our show, Dr. Oba Joanna.
Thank you
And
very much for having me.
keep us updated, please. All right.
All right, please.
Thank you so much for gracing our show. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, please.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye!
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in this court.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction. In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents. This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Karina Quattro bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Illinois Department of Labor is reminding employers and those looking for a job that, starting January 1st, 2025, employers with 15 or more employees must include pay scale and benefit information in job postings. This requirement is the result of an amendment to the Equal Pay Act of 2003 that was contained in HB 3129, passed by the General Assembly and signed into law by Governor J.B. Pritzker in 2023. Governor Pritzker and the General Assembly continue to take bold action toward eliminating gender and racial wage gaps, said IDOL Director Jane Flanagan. This legislation will increase wage transparency in the job search process and the workplace. Any aggrieved person may file a complaint with IDOL when they become aware of a job posting that lacks the required salary and benefit information. Complaints must be filed with IDOL within 1 year of the relevant violation, and complainants are encouraged to submit a link, picture, or screenshot of the posting in question. Statewide auto theft and carjacking prevention task force funding has led to thousands of investigations, including hundreds of arrests and millions of dollars in recovered vehicles, announced Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias, who oversees the grant program. In fiscal year 2024, the Illinois Statewide Auto Theft Task Force, ISATT, conducted 1,854 investigations and recovered 1,346 vehicles, worth approximately $30 million. ISATT assisted area agencies with another 414 vehicle recoveries at an estimated worth of nearly $9 million and produced 545 auto theft-related criminal charges, 385 of which were felonies. ISATT also conducted 240 audits of businesses in the auto industry, including scrap processors and body shops, resulting in 2,247 violations and 106 referrals to Secretary of State Police for further investigation. Governor J.B. Pritzker issued a proclamation declaring October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and the Illinois Department of Innovation and Technology, DOIT, is reminding residents of available resources to stay safe online. Here in Illinois, we take cybersecurity very seriously and are committed to confronting new and emerging cyber threats head-on, said Governor J.B. Pritzker. To further protect our state, I am proud to designate October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month. From evolving threats to everyday online safety, this month is about equipping Illinoisans with the knowledge and tools they need to safeguard themselves as they navigate the digital world. The Illinois African Descent Citizens Reparations Commission hosts public hearing in Springfield. The State of Illinois African Descent Citizens Reparations Commission announces the third stop on its series of a statewide public hearings it is hosting to discuss reparatory actions for Black Americans in Illinois who are descendants of American chattel slavery. The next public hearing will take place in Springfield at Southeast High School on Saturday, October 19th. For those unable to attend in person, the hearing will be live streamed on the ADCRC YouTube page, www.youtube.com/@IllinoisADCRC. Through these public hearings, the Commission aims to gather vital recommendations on reparations from the general public for policymakers and key stakeholders. Featured speakers, including Dr. Lisa Johnson, Dr. Kamal Kameo, and Dr. Pamela Twyman-Hoff, will present the intergenerational impact of enslavement, racial terror, political disenfranchisement,
and ongoing discrimination. Subsequent hearings will occur throughout Illinois in the coming months. The Illinois Department of Insurance announces that its life policy locator helped return to consumers more than $8.5 million in lost or unclaimed life insurance policies and annuities this year. As Life Insurance Awareness Month comes to a close, the department encourages anyone who believes they are a beneficiary of a deceased relative's unclaimed policy to use the free locator tool on its website. We realize that in times of grief, it may be difficult to find life insurance policies and annuity contracts that a loved one may have purchased years or even decades ago, said IDOI Acting Director Ann Gillespie. But we're here to help Illinoisans claim the benefits they deserve. We require insurance companies to attempt to find the beneficiaries of deceased policyholders when life insurance or annuity proceeds remain unpaid, and our life policy locator service can be the first step in that process. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
It's hard to